Shalom YouTube, we back with another video. This story here is not really getting talked about as much. It's on certain people's platforms, but it's not on enough people's on a lot of content creators aren't covering this story. A lot of news isn't really covering this kind of story. So I stumbled across this story, and you know me, when it comes to this page, it doesn't matter what the stories are. If it's wicked, if it's evil, we're going to shine light on it and bring an awareness to you. Doesn't matter if it has to do with church, not church, spiritual, anything that's happening in this world, to bring in awareness, because there's things happening. We're going to share it with you so you can be aware of things that are going on in this world. So you too can be alert, especially you with children and your children's children. So y'all can be aware and be like, yo, there's a lot of things going on out here. So we got a Twitch streamer who role-played as a child in the Grand Theft Auto video game. And he has been arrested in Kentucky for human trafficking. Zavian Jones was arrested after the Indiana State Police Department Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force served an out-of-state warrant on the streamer's house. Zavian Jones was known for role-playing as a child named JoJo in Grand Theft Auto servers. Now, according to reports, the 23-year-old streamer was accused of inappropriate contact with a minor online. The arrest warrant included charges of human trafficking of a victim under 12, the use of a minor under 16 years old in a sexual performance, and 4 counts of procuring a minor by electronic means. So the Indiana State Police detained Zavian from his home, and the charges brought against him included evidence collected through various interstate law enforcement authorities. They were presented to a grand jury after the Twitch streamer / content creator was taken to Wells County Jail to actually wait for extradition to Kentucky. His Twitch channel was banned on February 2nd of 2024 of this year. All of his content and related content to this streamer has all been removed out of here. In Kentucky, human trafficking of minors is considered a Class B felony in the state and carries a prison sentence of anywhere between 10 to 20 years. Now, he was 23 years old. Human trafficking, 23 years old, ladies and gentlemen. Human trafficking is of all ages and all genders, okay? You got kids trafficking kids too. That's how deep this gets. Just like the story that I covered for beep. Y'all know what's up already. Just like the story that I covered 4 months ago of the 2 women ages 21 and 19 years old, and they got arrested for sex trafficking minors in Florida. Yeah, 21 and 19 years old. If you haven't seen the video, scroll down. I covered a story on that. 2 women got caught up in sex trafficking. And this is why, you have to be very careful. And, you just can't trust people like that. Now I'm not saying to, not give people the benefit of the doubt. to be scared and on edge for the rest of your life. No, 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 no. I'm not saying that. But you got to be very, very careful in these end times, and especially now, how this world is. You got to be very careful, and I don't mean like just open your arm and hug every single person your way, and don't be so quick to call anyone your bro and sis like that, because we got a lot of friendly people like that they just meet a person for the first time, or they just jump from friend to friend because some people can't be alone, and because they just now jump to this new friendship over here. Yo, that's my bro, that's my sis, that's my day one. You just met this individual, you don't know too much about this person, and you got people like that. They don't know how to be alone. They got to jump from people to people. And just because they have a conversation for the first time with an individual, that's all of a sudden that's their bro or their sis. Nah, y'all got to be very careful out here, man. You have to. I mean, like, if you're an empath and if you are a spiritual person, you're going to feel that person's energy. You're going to irritate and expose their demons. You're going to see their demons. You're going to see and feel that something's off with this individual. Especially when you're an empath, introvert, you're going to feel things with these people that come your way. I mean, yeah, you could smile, talk, don't give too much info about yourself, but when you're an empath, you're going to see that fake smile. If it's real or if it's not, you're going to see it. Especially with discernment, you're going to see it right away, and, this is mainly for those who are asleep, not spiritual, with no discernment, which I always say pray for discernment, but those who don't have discernment, no intuition, this is mainly for y'all too, especially y'all. You just cannot have anyone in your space, in your circle. You cannot just have anyone enter your home. You can't, because you don't know what their motives are or intentions are, and they are over here, right, hanging out with you, going to your crib, and you don't even know that this person is observing your place and running back to their handlers. You don't even know if these people got handlers or these people just, they're hanging out in your crib, and there's certain things that you have in their crib that they wish that they had, and a lot of people are walking out here with that spirit of jealousy and envy and hate for no reason. I mean, but this is all spiritual, but there are people in secret competition with people. There are people jealous of people. There are people envious of people. Yeah. There's a lot of people who want what you have. There's a lot of people who want the attention that you get. And it don't even matter if these people got more than you. But because this is spiritual, there's something about you. People just gravitate towards you. You get the attention. Some people want that. They get jealous of that. That spirit of jealousy and envy is rampant out here. So I gotta just be careful, man. You can't invite anybody into your crib. Because they're going to check your place out, go back to their handlers, and then they're going to end up telling them what you got in your crib. Or if they don't have no handler, they're just going to keep that to themselves. And then not only that, you got people coming into your crib, then they leave, and then they leaving negative spirits in your crib, negativity in your house, especially those of y'all who got children, see who are your children's friends, who are they hanging around with, who's in their circle, who they calling bro, who they calling sis, who they calling day ones, because, and also make sure who your children have coming over your house. Don't just have them just bring anybody into your crib, because as deep as this rabbit hole goes, you got people who use children as foot soldiers to also get kids and also people for them. Yeah, they lay back and have children do the dirty work for them too. That's how deep this gets. So y'all gotta be very careful. Y'all gotta be wise. Ask for discernment, so you can see all of this and be aware. Because energy don't lie. Especially, like I said, when you're an empath, you're gonna see people's true intentions. I mean, like, you can see people in a group, right? You chilling by yourself. You minding your business. You listening to music. You going about your day. But we talking about certain places where if you waiting for a bus, if you waiting for a train, if you waiting for food, even there's places where you just going to a park, enjoying nature, but you just decide to chill and hang out in certain areas. You're going to see people in groups. You're going to see people in your surroundings, even though they gravitate to you around you because of your energy and all that. But you are going to see people, and because you are spiritual and an empath, in these groups that these people are hanging out in, you can see who is who in these groups. You can see people's true motives. You can see certain relationships. A couple is walking by. You can see the individual, either the boyfriend or the girlfriend. You're going to see if it's a fake relationship, if it's not really real. You're going to see that. Even the people in the group, you're going to feel who's the one who's jealous of who in that group, who's the fake one, who's the loudest one, who's the insecure one. You're going to feel that, see that. It's like you see through people as an empath, spiritual. You're seeing that, and then of course they're gonna look at you because everything is more spiritual, and then you're gonna irritate and expose toxic people, narcissists, people who are trying to fool other people, but they can't fool you as an empath. So you're gonna attract a lot of those looking at you. But in these groups, you're gonna see those who are getting over on people in their circle. You're gonna spot who's the fake ones and who's the real ones in the group. They may not know who these people are in their circle, but you're gonna spot them in their groups quick. And they also are gonna be triggered by you because just you alone are irritating and exposing people's demons. So you're going to see that. So I'm telling you, get spiritual, ask for discernment, because this is more spiritual than physical. And this mainly goes for those who are asleep, plugged in, distracted, don't know what's going on in this world. The real friendly people who's just accepts everybody and open arm and high-fiving people. You don't know people's true motives, especially if y'all sleeping out here. Like, yeah, still asleep. Y'all are the easy prey, the easy target. Yeah. See, I gotta stay prayed up. But yeah, man, see who are your children's friends as well. See who are they bringing into your home. That's how rude this gets. They're using children as foot soldiers out here to help them get other children too. I'm telling y'all. So don't let anyone deceive you. Okay? Associating with bad people will ruin decent people. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33. And I know y'all heard that saying, your circle of friends defines your future, and it also says a lot about you as well with the people who's in your circle. So choose wisely of who you let in your circle. Then you have to ask yourself, right, with this whole situation, you got to ask yourself this question. You got to ask yourself this question. Where are these children's parents? Because why are you having 12-year-olds play Grand Theft Auto anyways? Why are you having your children play this game? And I'm not saying, that it's the children's fault. When it comes to situations like that, I'm not saying it's their fault, because to them, it's just a video game. They're just gonna grab it. They want to play it. They just want to play these video games. But come on, parents. Let's be real. Come on. Y'all gotta do better. That's why video games have the little ratings on the side of the video game before you buy it. There's ratings. And GTA is a M-rated game for mature audiences, and that game has nothing but sex, drugs, and violence. And to the older siblings that have younger siblings, just be mindful and keep guard on your younger siblings, because they're going to go to your games. and they're gonna play whatever games you have in your little stash. And the reason why I say that is because I have a brother. I was a game head at one point. We shared the same room at one point when we were younger. I was older, he's younger. We shared the same room. I had games in my little stash. He had his games, I had my games. There were certain games that I brought, that I had in my stash. So you know what I'm saying? He could just go and play these video games at any time. He felt like it. You know, that's why I'm saying to the older siblings, just be mindful of your younger siblings. But my brother was at a certain age where he was able to play these games as well. You know, he wasn't a child. He was in his teens already. You know, he was already mature for his age. But y'all know what I mean. We talking about the siblings. You got your 7-year-old brother or sister, 6-year-old, 5-year-old, 8-year-old, 4, 10, 12. Those kind of ages down below. Watch out. You know, because they're going to go to your rooms, or if y'all share a room, and even if you're not home, and they're going to be curious and look at and go through your stash, and they're going to play these games and just be curious. So just watch out, you know. And parents, be mindful on what your kids play. Parents, especially with how online video games are now. Yeah, be mindful, because these predators are in those games online searching and praying. It's not only on these dating apps or apps that they just, or social media where they're trying to find children and find people to prey on. No. They're doing it on video games too. Yeah. Back when I used to play video games, online games was simple. We had a lobby. We were joking. We went straight to playing video games. Back then, when I was playing the video games, it was just straight lobbies, teaming up, linking up with people, and just playing games and game after game. And now, with these new games now and the consoles now, the updates, you're getting scam messages. It wasn't like that back then. Now you're getting scam messages from people. Regular scam messages of girls saying, if you want to play this and that, there's a barcode. You're just getting scam messages, yo, in your inbox on video games. So y'all gotta watch out, man. It's wild, you know. And on top of that, let your kids know what's going on in this world. Let them know the tactics of how they're preying on people and what's going on. You know, bring these stories to light to your kids. And on top of that, it's like, yo, if you're playing video games, there's no need for a person to be asking you personal information while you're playing video games. Especially trying to know your age, where you live at, trying to get too personal into your life. Like, no. Like, I get it. You can make friends on there. I've made friends on there too, but this was back then. But when you could tell the difference from a child's voice to a grown adult's voice. And when you hear an adult voice speaking to a child voice, and when they start asking personal questions, and it's like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know? So yeah, man. Be careful. You know, and I don't have kids. I don't have kids, but you know, I have family. I have cousins who have children. You know, the last relationship I was with, my partner, my ex, she has children, you know? So it's like I bring these stories to light. You know, I come across these stories and I bring it to light so that way, you know, if they stumble across my videos, they can also be on guard. And for all of y'all too who got children, For all of y'all who got kids, and for your kids who has kids. Alright? So you can show these videos to your child as well. If they are a young parent with a young child, you bring this, show these videos to them and be like, yo, look, this is what's happening out here, check this out. And your kid, your child, can also be aware and educate your grandkid, your grandchild, you know? So that's why I bring these stories to light and bring these stories, just bringing awareness to you guys, so y'all can know what's going on. Because it's not only in the street where you got to be, on guard out here watching your children. No, it's in the schools as well, and then it's like they got the apps, but it's video games, video games. You gotta watch out. They're everywhere. They're trying to prey on them everywhere, anywhere that they can. They try to prey on them. So be on guard and talk to your kids and let them know what's up, But the main thing you have to be on guard is these type of people who do these things. They prey on a broken household. That's what they love. When there's no father in the picture, it's only the mother and the child. They prey on broken homes because the child is vulnerable based off the situation that was going on at home. And then these people try to play it off like they're their best friends and all this stuff. That's what they do. But if it's a strong household, a strong family, a tight bond, they leave that alone. They know who to prey on. That's what they do. They know who to prey on. So just be observant, be vigilant, stay in prayer, ask for discernment, sharpen it. You know what's up already. Repent to the Most High, and unplug from the Matrix. Until the next video.